Coming up in the morning edition, additional details revealed about the COVID-19 Vaccine Consultative Committee. Also,
we have confidence in the type of investors attracted to the Bahamas.
The Minister of State for Finance addressing the Canada-Bahamas Reconstruction and Climate Resilience Forum. And
did my child come to school today? Did they stay in school all day?
The Ministry of Education implementing a new tracking system. We have those stories and much, much more when the morning edition comes. We're right back.
First, it's more than just our name, more than just our achievements. It's our nature, and it's where we put our customers. At Bahamas First, we've refreshed our look, but our nature remains the same. We design insurance solutions that protect our customers from life's uncertainties, whatever they may be. We equip you for the future so that you can recover stronger. Bahamas First, what's first for you comes first for us.
Good morning, everyone. I'm LaDawn Davis, and welcome to the morning edition. Taking a look at your weather forecast this morning, a stationary front continues to linger over the southeast Bahamas, while a reinforcing front is expected to move into the northwest Bahamas today. It will be cloudy and mild with a few isolated showers in the vicinity of the frontal boundary, becoming breezy tonight. We'll get up to a high today of 75 degrees with an overnight low of 63 degrees. Let's take you out to our streets this morning, where Lloyd Allen and the morning traffic team is standing by with your Monday morning traffic.
The traffic report is sponsored by Bahamas First. First in insurance, today, tomorrow.
Yes, good morning, LaDawn. Good morning, Bahamas. It is a great start to your Monday morning, and today we're giving you your first look at traffic. This one coming in from the intersection of John F. Kennedy Drive and Bahamas Boulevard. Now, as you can see from the shot right behind me, it's a busy morning so far, and that's only expected to increase. Today, we're also joined by Corporal Christopher Wims from the Royal Bahamas Police Force Traffic Division, giving us an update on traffic developments over the weekend period.
Good morning, Lloyd. Good morning, Bahamas. We're happy to report that we had no accidents reported to the police last night. However, a total of in a 24-hour period, we had a total of 5 accidents, 4 of which were accidents with minor damages and 1 with minor injuries.
Now, Officer Wims, as we're talking about getting our Monday morning started, as you can see in this area, it's quite busy. I know police have an operation further up heading west, but what advice can you offer to motorists approaching this particular intersection?
Yes, it is a great start to our morning. However, we want to remind motoring public when traversing in this area, we all could agree that this is a weird roundabout. So persons traveling north on the Gladstone Road trying to get to this roundabout, we asking that everybody just stop right at that juncture and then try to proceed in the roundabout, making sure that your way is clear to traverse either north on Bahamas Boulevard or just east on John F. Kennedy Drive.
And just a quick update for motorists as well. Be minded that in the Faith Avenue South area, the intersection there onto Marshall Road. Some good news there. Striping has completed, and so proper road markings are in place, allowing motorists to approach that intersection and indicating whether they're turning left or right without any confusion to other motorists. But around the island today, again, no major works going on, and so motorists should be able to access their various destinations without any hiccups. That's been a quick look at your Monday morning traffic report. For the morning edition, Lloyd Allen, ZNS Network News.
Off the top this morning, additional details have been released on the National COVID-19 Vaccine Consultative Committee announced last week by the Prime Minister. Here's Altavis Munnings.
The National COVID-19 Vaccine Consultative Committee is chaired by a special health advisor to the Prime Minister, Dr. Marceline Del Regis, and stakeholders from public and private sectors, including community and religious leaders. The committee will also review and guide the vaccine implementation schedules developed by the Ministry of Health's technical team as part of the monthly reports required for submission to the Pan American Health Organization. The Office of the Prime Minister also confirmed that government is working on all fronts to secure COVID-19 vaccines that will be made available through the World Health Organization's COVID-19 Global Access, or COVAX, facility. Now, the Bahamas has already made a down payment to secure enough doses to vaccinate 20% of the population. Direct contact has already been made with vaccine providers in an effort to secure additional doses. Government also anticipates the vaccines will become available in the Bahamas by the end of the first quarter of 2021. In preparation for the arrival of vaccines, the National COVID-19 Vaccine Consultative Committee is finalizing its operational plan to distribute the vaccine to eligible residents in the shortest possible time across the Bahamas. Baseline surveys have already been carried out among healthcare workers and the general public, and the results are helping to inform the phased distribution of the COVID-19 vaccines. The Office of the Prime Minister further noting that recruiting vaccinator teams has already started, with training to begin shortly. These vaccinators will be among the first to receive vaccines once they are available. Government maintains its vaccine policy that an individual's decision to take a COVID-19 vaccine will be entirely voluntary. The two-dose regimen, which has already met national distribution standards, will be free of charge and given to only adults, as it has not been approved for people under the age of 18 years old. Communication on the process for receiving the vaccine will begin after the vaccine arrival dates have been confirmed. An individual will receive a COVID-19 vaccination certificate upon taking the dose. The certificate may be associated with travel in the future, which is a potential requirement being discussed internationally. Altaviz Munnings, ZNS Network News.
18 new cases of COVID-19 reported in the Ministry of Health's latest release, 12 here in New Providence, 3 in Grand Bahama, and 1 each in Abaco, Eleuthera, and San Salvador. That brings the total number of cases to 8,057. There are 1,150 active cases on record, 6,680 recoveries, and 9 hospitalizations. 56,722 tests have been administered, with 175 deaths. With the establishment of a digital economy taking shape here in the Bahamas, Central Bank Governor John Roll announced last week that as the bank focuses on consumer protection, the organization will establish the Office of the Financial Services Ombudsman role early this year.
Initially, this role would strengthen advocacy around service delivery and identify where principles-based regulations using global benchmark standards can be developed under the existing laws within the bank's remit. Going beyond the existing laws within the bank's remit, the ombudsman will focus on proposals for consumer financial protection that might require new comprehensive regulations and legislation for the Bahamas. For example, within the existing scope, the bank's reach on payment instrument does not have the same impact as regards the range of consumer issues that may arise in provision of credit products.
The educational management system has been implemented in public schools across this country. It will allow educators and parents to ensure that their children are fully engaged in the learning experience and not skipping classes. Minister of Education, the Honorable Jeffrey Lloyd, says in order to maximize the new system, ongoing training is taking place for educators and administrators.
So if I didn't see, Mary at class today, I can send a note immediately off, because Mary was on campus this morning. She was in homeroom, but she is not here. Is she sick? Did she have to go home for a reason? Why isn't she here? Send a note to the parent. It's important for us to know why you're absent so that we could keep proper records. I mean, are you just skipping school for no reason? And you may be skipping school and the parent don't know.
The education minister says they are getting positive responses from parents on the new tracking system.
It's going to give them and us educated leaders real-time information about who is on the system, what they are doing, how they are doing, and to be able to track the progress of anybody on the system. Parents love the ability that now I know precisely what my child is doing. Did my child come to school today? Did they stay in school all day? Did they miss math class or English class? What happened at PE? And the education management system gives the educators, the teachers, the administrators, the ability to immediately engage the parent.
Apart from transforming operations at its 8 schools in the country into blended campuses, the Catholic School Board of Education is also pressing forward with a number of capital projects. Director of the board, Claudette Roll, says work is set to begin on 2 of its learning centers destroyed by recent hurricanes.
We started with the first phase of our school in Abaco, and so we have to really continue to complete that so that we would be able to accommodate more students when we reopen again. Well, the school is open, but when we go into that phase 2 period in September of this year. We also have the special needs school, Every Child Counts, and we are continuing to develop that because that's Abaco, and that too was destroyed by hurricane.
The director also shared plans for the mainland and its schools in the north.
When we talk about New Providence and Grand Bahama, we are looking to expand the resources in technology because we realize that virtual learning is here to stay, but in order for us to be able to execute virtual learning in an exemplary fashion, it requires a lot of resources. And so our plans really are for us to increase the technical, the infrastructure. We need laptops, we need cameras, we need speakers, there's just so much that you need for a virtual program to work well.
And still to come, addressing flooding concerns in southern New Providence. You're watching The Morning Edition.
It is normal to feel overwhelmed, lonely, scared, or sad during a crisis. Coping can be difficult when your daily schedule is interrupted. Drinking may feel good, but is not the best way to cope with stress. It can worsen your mental and physical health and impact your family. So how can you cope? Keep physically active, like taking a walk or dancing. Cook and eat nutritious food, including fruits and vegetables. Engage in indoor activities like playing games and staying connected with family and friends. Meditate, encourage yourself, or enjoy music. Still feeling overwhelmed? We are here to listen. This message is brought to you by these partners.
Issues still lingering for residents in southern New Providence, Minister of Public Works and Deputy Prime Minister, the Honorable Desmond Bannister, says plans remain in motion to eventually install a new buffer. He says this is an attempt to prevent swells from impacting the areas which are expected during extreme weather and hurricane conditions.
There are a number of challenges in that Marshall Road area, and there's a need for a seawall there. But if you go down that area, you'll also see that some of that is private property also. So we're looking at and we're scoping it, but we also have to work with the owners down there to ensure that they do their part in terms of assisting with what has to be done so that the seawall encompasses their property also.
Last week, Member of Parliament for South Beach, the Honorable Jeffrey Lloyd, spoke on plans for his constituency regarding flooding. But according to Mr. Bannister, the government is working on addressing island-wide concerns due to climate change.
Also, you'll notice, like I've spoken about before, throughout New Providence, we've had flooding issues, and we've been digging wells, but the wells aren't going to solve all the problems. And there's some other things that we're doing, more highly technical, to be able to ensure that we do something about the flooding challenges.
During the second day of the virtual Canada-Bahamas Reconstruction and Climate Resiliency Forum, participants heard more from the Minister of State for Finance, Senator the Honorable Kwesi Thompson. He addressed previous public-private partnership relationships between both governments that proved beneficial.
The Linden Pinland International Airport. It was a public-private partnership with the Canadian Vancouver Airport Services Company, later the Vantage Airport Group, that delivered the top-rated airport we have in operation today. We know this model. We know it works. And we have confidence in the type of investors attracted to the Bahamas. It's not only on traditional areas that have been a source of investment opportunity. The government is committed to embracing new technology industries as well, and within core sectors like financial services and beyond.
The group also heard from the first female chair of the Bahamas Chamber of Commerce and Employers Confederation, Crystal Rutherford Ferguson.
For obvious reasons, the private sector can ably find its footing and continue to form inter-country relations that mutually benefit businesses, share information and business lines, as well as products. Further utilizing cross-border trade. Ladies and gentlemen, already established and strengthening of alliances with governments and private sectors, most notably PPPs, continue to be the best way to recover from any crisis. Only through a continued and more prominent role from the business community will our country and countries around the world be able to recover and jumpstart commerce.
Today is celebrated as Martin Luther King Day in the United States, honoring the birthday of the chief spokesperson for nonviolent activism in the civil rights movement, which successfully protested racial discrimination in federal and state law. The life and contributions of the American civil rights pioneer will be the topic of a lecture series to be aired live right here on the ZETA network tonight at 8:30 p.m. The Office of Greek Life and Student Leadership of the University of the Bahamas, in conjunction with the Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, Phi Mu and Iota Epsilon Lambda chapters, are hosting the event. The theme of the lecture is Your Vote is Your Voice, based on Dr. King's speech in Washington, D.C. in 1957, Give Us the Ballot. Everyone is encouraged to tune in and learn more about this historic moment.
The message really is to inspire Bahamians, really and truly, to vote. This year's speaker will be past General President. He's the 35th General President of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, Dr. Everett B. Ward. Excellent speaker, and we are looking forward to the words he will impart to us. This particular lecture series, as it pertains to the electoral process and voting rights, speaks to one of our fraternity's signature national programs, which is A Voteless People is a Hopeless People, where we as an organization go out and educate persons on the electoral process and voting.
The National Art Gallery is finally open to the public, and if you are looking to take in some of the art, the Pulse exhibition has 3 components currently up for viewing. Executive Director Amanda Colson.
So on the ground floor, curated by Natalie Willis, called Medicine and Memory. And through great masterpieces of Bahamian art, you can learn about how we have taken care of ourselves from the early times, even before Columbus, to post-time. So you're looking at bush medicine, you're looking at different kinds of health care, and that's all explained through artwork. So we're really taking it seriously to bring things to people that are going to heal them, make them feel better, nourish them, and have us ready to move on in 2021.
Colson says social distancing protocols will be observed for everyone visiting the gallery.
Tuesday to Saturday, 10 to 5, Sundays, noon to 5. Of course, I'm outside now, so I'm not wearing my face mask, but we do take wearing face masks very seriously, so please come with your face mask on, and groups of 5 are allowed in the garden. We do have special spaces on the floor to mark where you should stand. Everybody has their temperature taken when they arrive. We have hand sanitizing stations throughout the space, and of course lots of signage reminding you to keep your mask on and to sanitize.
Stay close, we've got more right after this. You're watching The Morning Edition.
It's a part of all our lives. ZNS TV is where we go for information, entertainment, and enjoyment. ZNS is there with something for everyone.
Kids, lunch is ready.
ZNS TV, a part of our lives for 40 years.
You are a healthcare worker. Thank you for fighting on the front lines against COVID-19. It is normal to feel stressed when taking care of others who don't feel well. But remember to take care of yourself. Don't forget to rest between shifts, eat healthy meals, engage in physical activity, and stay connected to family and friends. Avoid harmful coping strategies like drinking alcohol. For managers of healthcare workers, the same tips apply to you. Here's how you can help. Consistently give updates. Rotate staff between high and low stress level functions. Encourage work breaks and ensure that they know where they can find help. We are here for you.
Buddy Hield and the Sacramento Kings back on the court last evening against the New Orleans Pelicans. It will be the Kings' third loss in a row, going down 128-123. Buddy finished the game with 18 points.
Like our fight that we came back from a big deficit, but we can't dig ourselves in a big hole like that. Like I mixed a couple closeouts, let my guy get past me. Zion had a pretty good game. We had to meet him earlier, stuff like that. And, there's a lot of things we got to fix, but I think we fought and we didn't back down, and that was good.
Miller has been named the LA Liga Men's Basketball Player of the Week in Argentina. The 26-year-old forward had a double-double, finishing with 18 points and 12 rebounds at Boca Juniors pickup an 87-86 win. Boca is currently third in the Southern Division standings with a record of 13-7. The Texas A&M graduate ranks fifth in the league in rebounding, averaging more than 8 points per game, while also shooting an impressive 56% from the field. A pair of Bahamian prospects agreed to the terms on the first day of the 2021 Major League Baseball International signing period. Shortstop Adari Grant will join the St. Louis Cardinals, while right-hand pitcher Evan Sweeting is headed to the San Diego Padres. 18-year-old Grant, evaluated as one of the top infielders available in his class, ranked 47th on Baseball America's top 50 prospects. He's described as strong and explosive with good speed. Now, as for Sweeting, he features both a four-seam and two-seam fastball with speeds between 85 and 91 miles per hour. His changeup registers between 78 and 80 miles per hour, while his curveball is in the vicinity of 70 to 78 miles per hour. The college swimming season continuing over the weekend. Isaac Bastian and the Florida State Seminoles remain undefeated on the season after a win over Gardner-Webb. Bastian finished second in the 50-yard freestyle in 21.48 seconds. Lily Higgs and the North Carolina Tar Heels were also in action, falling to North Carolina State. Higgs was third in the 100-yard breaststroke with a time of 1 minute 3.61 seconds. In the 200-yard breaststroke, Higgs finished fourth in 2 minutes 18.02 seconds. Stay close. We've got more right after this. You're watching The Morning Edition.
Abuse increases during a crisis. The physical, mental, and social issues that emerge from abuse affect us individually and as a community. Though meant to protect us, distancing measures can increase the risk of women and children to being abused. The lack of physical contact with loved ones and limited access to support services can increase a woman's risk of being abused. Abusers who drink frequently can be dangerous to women and children. If you've experienced abuse, contact a trusted friend or relative. Develop a safety plan. Choose a trusted person that can help get you to safety. Keep a to-go bag packed with important documents, medication, money, and other essentials. If you or a loved one are experiencing abuse, contact the Bahamas Crisis Center or the Royal Bahamas Police Force. You can also contact us at 819-7652 or 812-0576.
During this pandemic, it is our duty to ensure that all citizens, residents, and visitors are adhering to the COVID-19 safety protocol. Restaurants may operate utilizing curbside pickup, drive-through, takeaway, or delivery. Any establishment who allows the entry of any person not wearing a mask is liable upon a summary conviction to a fine of $500. I am Ambassador Ashanti Ruko of the COVID-19 Enforcement Unit. Save a life that may be your own.
This message brought to you by the Ministry of National Security in conjunction with the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
Last November, we shared the story of Nadia Mcintosh, a stage 4 cancer patient whose dream of becoming a nurse was cut short. Fast forward today, and that 39-year-old mother of 7 is able to walk in her yard, something she hasn't done in over a year. Here's Lloyd Allen.
A few months ago, when we visited Nadia Mcintosh, her prognosis looked quite grim. But fast forward 3 months, and she's virtually a new person. According to Nadia's mother, Pastor Donna Johnson, at Nadia's last visit to the doctor, her request to have a colostomy bag attached to her stomach was denied, as doctors have given the stage 4 cancer patient 2 months to live. But Johnson says prayers and hope have kept the family believing for a turnaround.
That's what the doctor told me. She said, go home and let my daughter make out her bucket list. So the things that she hadn't done when she was up and going, you try to let her do that. What is that? The thing she hasn't been doing was serving God.
We spoke with Nadia on the front lawn of her home to find out how she was doing. The simple task was literally impossible for Nadia just 3 months ago when she was confined to her bed.
Thank God for the people that prayed for me, because trust me, they had to reach heaven, because I saw a different change in my body, in my energy and everything.
Nadia says she has since adjusted her way of living and her diet in hopes of bringing a turnaround to her condition.
They already said that there's nothing else they can do for me because the chemo wasn't working. So basically, they only tended to me as a regular patient, as, okay, we didn't have the history, we didn't know, you're not gonna make it, but God have that last say.
Both Nadia and her mother are hoping for financial assistance to help with medical and living expenses, but remain grateful for her turnaround, even if it's temporary. For the Morning Edition, Lloyd Allen, ZNS Network News.
And that's a wrap for us this morning. For the entire morning team, I'm LaDawn Davis. Make it a great day, everyone.
We don't care what mama don't like, no Reagan's favorite anyhow. Mama don't like no Reagan's favorite, yeah. Now mama don't know that we are up. I ain't talking about the way she cook. Reagan's scrape that's pumping through our veins. We can't wait till she go up. We're gonna rake and scrape the side of stuff. Yeah, the neighbors scream and shout. As soon as